Hey everyone, welcome to our deep dive. Today, we are going to be exploring 20 habits that could seriously, upgrade your life.
Oh, wow, 20.
Yeah, I know it's a lot, right?
Yeah.
But don't worry, we're going to break it down.
Okay, cool.
We found a podcast episode
Okay.
that had this idea.
All right.
So we are going to kind of go through it
Sounds good.
and give you the highlights of how to actually implement these 20 habits.
I'm excited.
Okay. So the first one is waking up early.
Mm-hmm.
And, I've heard this so many times.
Right.
But what I'm curious about with this specific source is what their take is.
So they talk about chronotypes.
Chronotypes that are.
Yeah, so it's not just about beating the rush or anything like that.
Okay.
It's actually looking at science.
Okay.
How your body responds to light.
Okay.
And your natural hormonal cycles.
I like that.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like working with your body, not against it.
Exactly.
Wow.
Some people are naturally early birds. Some people are night owls.
Yeah.
Find out what you are.
Right.
And then work with that.
Work with that.
Don't try and force yourself to be something you're not.
Okay, so I don't have to be a 5 a.m. person.
No.
Okay, good.
You can if you want to.
Okay.
But you don't have to. Even just shifting it by 15 minutes each week.
Oh, okay.
That can make a big difference.
Oh, I like that because it's more gradual.
Yes, gradual change is key.
Okay.
And with that, the early risers, they report increased productivity.
Yeah.
Not just because they have more time, but because it's quiet.
Yeah, that's true.
So they can focus.
Yeah, no one's bothering you. No emails are coming in.
Exactly.
That's a really good point.
And also there's research that links it to lower stress levels.
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
I'm very much not a morning person, but maybe I should rethink that.
Yeah, give it a try.
Okay. All right. So habit number 2 is practicing gratitude.
Yes.
This one I feel can be a little cliche sometimes.
Yeah.
So I'm curious what this source does to make it a little more...
Yeah, so they actually talk about it being a practice.
Okay.
Not just a feeling.
Oh, okay.
You're actually rewiring your brain.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, for positivity. And they actually say it changes the structure of your brain over time.
Wow, that's powerful.
I know, right?
So they talk about keeping a gratitude journal.
Yes.
But what about those days where you just feel everything's awful?
You can still find something to be grateful for.
Okay.
Even if it's basic things.
Like what?
Like having clean water.
Okay.
A supportive friend. Or just a moment of peace.
That's true.
Emmons and McCullough,
okay,
they're researchers. They've done a lot of work on gratitude.
Okay.
And they found that even during really difficult times, focusing on what is good can actually have a huge impact on your well-being.
So it's not about ignoring the bad stuff.
No.
It's about also looking at the good stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good point. Sometimes you just need that little reminder to shift your perspective.
For sure.
Okay. Are we ready for habit number 3?
Hit me.
Exercise.
Ooh, yes.
I bet you like this one.
Oh, I love this one.
So I'm curious.
They say it goes beyond just physical appearance.
Okay.
It's about these feel-good chemicals that your brain releases.
Oh, so endorphins.
Exactly.
Okay.
So when you exercise regularly, your endorphins are boosted and they have mood-boosting effects.
Okay.
And they help with pain relief and stuff.
So it's a natural painkiller.
Kind of, yeah.
I like that.
And they also increase dopamine and serotonin.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, which are neurotransmitters associated with motivation and happiness.
So it's a natural mood booster.
Totally.
That makes sense. Why so many people swear by their morning workout?
Exactly.
I could get you going.
For sure. For sure.
Okay, so with that,
yeah,
it doesn't have to be super intense.
No, it doesn't. They talk about finding an activity that you enjoy.
Right.
Like dancing or hiking.
Yeah.
Something that you're going to like.
That you want to do.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, so speaking of things that you can do that are energizing, habit number 4 is reading.
Oh, yes.
Even just 10 minutes a day.
Just 10 minutes.
Can do a lot.
They argue that it's not just about gaining knowledge.
Right.
It's literally working out your brain.
Okay.
It improves cognitive function and memory.
So it's a mental workout.
Exactly.
Okay.
And they don't specify what you have to read.
Okay.
They say explore different genres.
Okay.
Fiction, nonfiction, poetry.
Mm-hmm.
Find what sparks your curiosity.
Okay.
Keeps you engaged.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Even audiobooks.
Oh, yeah.
If you're busy, you can listen to them on the go.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Okay, so habit number 5 is something that I know I could work on.
What's that?
Decluttering.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm a little skeptical that just like cleaning up my space is going to make a difference in my life.
Well, they talk about how your physical environment and your mental state are really connected. Clutter can actually increase levels of cortisol, which is like the stress hormone.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, so it leads to feelings of overwhelm and anxiety.
Okay, I can see that.
A tidy space, on the other hand, promotes calm and control.
Okay, I'm starting to get on board.
Yes.
So they suggest starting small with it, right?
Small steps.
Okay.
Just 10 minutes each day.
Okay.
Focus on like one area at a time.
Okay.
So like your desk or a shelf.
Okay.
And then gradually work your way through the space.
So it's like a habit.
Exactly. Not about like doing it all at once.
No, that makes it feel much more approachable.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So habit number 6 is planning your day the night before.
Yes.
And I'm a big planner.
Me too.
But I'm always open to new tips.
Okay, so they argue that it's not just about scheduling.
Okay.
It's about reducing decision fatigue. Yeah, so by making those decisions the night before, you free up your mental energy.
For the next day.
For the important things.
Yeah.
The things that you really need to focus on.
That's a good point.
Yeah, so it's like you're giving future you a head start.
That's a good way to think about it.
They suggest just 5 minutes each evening, outlining your top priorities for the next day.
Okay, so like a to-do list.
Exactly, yeah, a little to-do list.
Okay, I like that. Keep it simple.
Keep it simple.
All right, so habit number 7 is something that I'm terrible at.
Oh, what's that?
Drinking more water.
Oh, yeah, we all need to drink more water.
I know, but I just forget.
It's hard, but it's so important.
So why is it so important?
Well, they talk about how it boosts your energy levels, improves skin health, and even like mild dehydration can impact your mood and your focus.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize it was that important.
Oh, yeah, it's huge.
Okay.
They recommend carrying like a reusable water bottle throughout the day, setting reminders to drink.
Oh, okay.
And you can even like add slices of fruit or herbs to your water.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, just to make it more fun.
To make it taste better.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So habit number 8 is something that I'm definitely guilty of.
What's that?
Spending too much time on social media.
Oh, yeah.
So this source talks about that a lot.
Well, they acknowledge the benefits, for connection and information.
Yeah.
But there's also a lot of downsides.
Like what?
So studies have shown that like too much social media can actually increase anxiety and depression, and it can mess with your sleep.
Oh, yeah.
And then on top of that, it makes you feel bad about yourself because you're comparing yourself to other people.
Good comparison trap.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then it takes up all your time.
Yeah, you're just scrolling and scrolling.
So much scrolling.
So what do they recommend?
Well, setting time limits.
Okay.
Using app trackers to like monitor your usage. And just being more mindful about how it's making you feel.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
Yeah.
Okay, so speaking of mindfulness.
Yes.
Habit number 9 is meditation or practicing mindfulness.
Yes.
I've always been curious about this.
Okay.
But I never really knew where to start.
Well, they emphasize the power of it. For reducing stress.
Okay.
Improving focus and like regulating your emotions.
That's a lot of benefits.
I know, right?
But what if you're someone who can't like sit still?
They suggest starting with just a few minutes each day.
Really?
Yeah, like even just 2 minutes can help.
Wow.
You can find guided meditations online.
Okay.
Or you can just like focus on your breath. Simple as that.
2 minutes, that's way more approachable than like an hour.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so speaking of learning new things.
Yes.
Habit number 10 is learning something new every day.
Every day.
Yeah.
I love that.
So they emphasize that it's important for lifelong learning.
Yes.
And not just for like your career, but for your cognitive health and well-being.
Keeps your brain young.
Yes, exactly.
And they suggest exploring a variety of avenues.
Like what?
Well, podcasts, of course.
Of course.
But also like online courses, documentaries, books, and just talking to people who have different perspectives than you.
Well, that's a good point.
Yeah.
So it doesn't have to be like formal education.
No.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
All right, so habit number 11 is something that I think is so important.
What's that?
Investing in your relationships.
Yes.
So this source talks about how
strong social connections are essential for well-being.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how people with close relationships tend to be happier and healthier.
And live longer.
It's
true.
So they emphasize spending quality time with your loved ones.
Yes.
But like that can be hard when everyone's so busy.
It can be.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have to be like these grand gestures.
Okay.
You know,
What do they suggest?
regular phone calls, shared meals, or even just sending like a thoughtful message.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Just checking in.
little things.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
So habit number 12
Okay.
is developing a solid morning routine.
Oh, I love a good morning routine. It's
Yeah.
so important.
And this one I feel like sometimes gets overlooked.
Yes.
But this source argues that it sets the tone for your entire day.
Exactly.
So how you start your day really impacts everything that follows.
Totally. And it can help reduce stress, boost productivity,
Okay.
and improve your mood.
So it's a really good thing to have.
It really is.
Okay.
And everyone's going to look different.
Right.
Right? Like, you just got to find what works for you.
So experiment.
Yeah.
Find
What makes you feel good.
Okay, cool. All right, so habit number 13
Get me.
is a tough one.
Okay.
For me, and I think for a lot of people,
What is it?
tracking your finances.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I hate it.
It can be scary,
Yeah.
but it's so important.
Yeah, and I know I should do it more.
Okay, so they emphasize that it doesn't have to be complicated or stressful.
Oh.
It's really just about understanding where your money is going
Yeah.
so you can make better decisions
Yeah.
about it.
And feel more in control.
Exactly.
They suggest using apps or spreadsheets.
Yeah, those are good.
But what if you're not, like, tech savvy?
You can use a notebook,
Oh, okay.
just a pen and paper.
Keep it simple.
Keep it simple.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so habit number 14
Okay.
is another one that I think
We all know.
we all know, but we don't always do.
Yeah, what is it?
Eating healthier.
Oh, eating healthy, yes.
And I know it's good for you,
Mm-hmm.
but like,
It can be hard.
yeah,
Especially when you're craving all the yummy, unhealthy stuff.
exactly.
So they argue
Yeah.
that it doesn't have to be about deprivation
Okay.
or like strict rules.
So what is it about?
It's about nourishing your body
Okay.
with the things that it needs
Right.
to thrive.
So they suggest focusing on balanced meals, like lots of fruits and vegetables,
Lean proteins,
lean proteins,
whole grain.
whole grains.
Yeah, all the good stuff.
Okay, what if you're a picky eater, though?
That's okay.
Oh.
You can find what works for you.
Okay.
There are so many resources like cookbooks,
Oh,
online communities that have recipes
yeah.
that can help you find things that you like that are healthy.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
So it doesn't have to be boring.
not at all.
It's
It'll be
fun.
fun.
Okay, awesome. So habit number 15
Okay.
is taking some time for self-reflection.
Oh, yes.
I like this one.
This is a good one.
So what do they say about it?
They talk about the importance of self-reflection
Yeah.
for personal growth and self-awareness.
Yeah.
Like, it's about understanding yourself
Yeah.
and making choices that are right for you.
So they suggest setting aside dedicated time each week
Yeah, just a little bit of time.
to reflect.
Yeah.
But what if you're not really sure what to reflect on?
You can ask yourself questions.
Okay, like what?
What went well this week?
Okay.
What challenges did I face?
Okay.
What am I grateful for?
Okay.
You can even journal about it.
Yeah, I like journaling.
Yeah, it's a good way to like process your thoughts.
Get them out of your head.
Exactly.
Okay, so habit number 16
Okay.
is something that I think a lot of us struggle with.
What's that?
Saying no.
Oh, saying no is so hard.
It is.
Especially when you want to help people.
Yeah, or you don't want to disappoint anyone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But they emphasize that it's not selfish.
Okay.
It's actually healthy.
Okay.
Yeah, you're setting boundaries.
Okay.
You're protecting your time and energy.
Yeah.
And they say to be direct and assertive,
Okay.
but also kind and respectful.
So you can still be a good person and say no.
Yes, you can.
Okay.
You know, try phrases like,
Like what?
I appreciate you thinking of me,
Okay.
but I can't commit to that right now.
Okay.
Or thank you for the offer, but I need to prioritize other commitments.
Okay. I'll write those down. Okay. All right. So habit number 17
Okay.
is limiting negativity,
Oh.
which with everything going on in the world can be hard.
It's hard.
Yeah.
They encourage us to be mindful about what we're consuming,
Okay.
both like media and social interactions.
Mm-hmm.
So like choosing to focus on things that are uplifting and inspiring
Okay.
rather than things that like drain you or bring you down.
So they're saying be picky
Yeah, be picky about it.
about what you let in.
Exactly.
Okay. What about filtering it out though?
Well, you can limit your exposure to like negative news.
Okay.
Social media unfollow accounts that bring you down
Okay.
and just spend time with positive, supportive people.
Surround yourself with good people.
Surround yourself with good people.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Okay. So habit number 18
Okay.
is developing a growth mindset.
Oh, I love a growth mindset.
Yeah, I've heard about it,
It's so powerful.
but I don't know if I fully understand it.
Okay, well, they explain that it's the belief that your abilities and intelligence can be developed through effort, learning, persistence.
Okay.
So it's like you're not stuck where you are.
Oh, yeah.
You can grow and learn and get better.
So instead of saying, I'm not good at something,
Exactly.
you can say, I'm willing to learn
Yes.
and improve.
Love it.
Okay, so it's like a shift in perspective.
It is
Okay.
a big shift.
They also suggest checking out Carol Dweck's work.
Carol Dweck, yes.
Yeah.
She's done a ton of research on this.
Okay.
Yeah, her book Mindset is
Okay.
great.
Gonna check that out.
Okay, good.
All right, so habit number 19
Okay.
is something that I know I need to work on.
What's that?
Prioritizing sleep.
Oh, sleep is so important.
I know I don't get enough.
It's hard.
Yeah.
But they say it's not a luxury.
No?
It's a necessity.
Okay.
So they recommend aiming for 7 to 8 hours each night.
I wish.
I know it's hard.
Yeah.
But even like small changes
Yeah.
can help.
Okay.
So like dimming the lights before bed,
Okay.
avoiding screens
Yeah.
like an hour before bed,
Okay.
that can really help.
Okay, I can try that.
Yeah.
Okay, and then finally, habit number 20.
20, we made it.
We made it.
Oh, okay, what is it?
Celebrating small wins.
I love that one.
Me too.
It's so important.
So they talk about how it's essential for staying motivated
Yeah.
and reinforcing positive behavior.
Because it feels good.
Yeah.
And when you feel good, you want to keep doing it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they say to find meaningful ways to reward yourself.
Yes.
But what if you're not sure how to do that?
It can be anything that you enjoy.
Like what?
Maybe you treat yourself to your favorite coffee,
Okay.
or you do something that you love.
Okay.
Maybe you just like take a moment to feel proud of yourself.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes we don't do that enough.
No, we don't.
We're always so focused on the next thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just take a moment and celebrate.
I like that.
Yes.
Okay, wow. We covered a lot.
We did 20 habits.
20 habits in part 1.
Ah.
So I hope you guys are feeling inspired
Me too.
to start making some changes.
Yes.
And we'll be back soon with part 2, where we're going to delve even deeper into some of these habits and explore practical strategies for actually making them stick.
Can't wait.
All right, so stay tuned.
Yes.
Welcome back to our deep dive.
Yeah.
You guys, we are back in it. Those 20 habits
20 habits.
for a better life.
Yes.
Okay, so last time in part 1, we kind of laid the groundwork.
The foundation.
Yes, and now we're going to get into like the practical stuff.
Oh, nitty gritty.
Yes, how to actually like implement these habits.
Let's do it.
Okay, so one of the habits that really stood out to me was decluttering.
Okay.
And you were talking about how it can actually impact your mental state.
Oh, yeah. Big time. Like, just imagine, like, you're sitting at your desk
Yeah.
and there's just, like, papers everywhere. You
Yeah.
can't even find your stapler.
Yeah.
It's just adding to your stress.
Yeah. And you don't even realize it.
You don't even realize it. It's just,
Yeah.
like, this underlying tension.
Okay, so I'm convinced like I need to declutter my desk.
Yes, do it.
But what about mental clutter?
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah, how do you declutter your mind?
Well, the source actually suggests things like mindfulness and meditation as ways to kind of like declutter your thoughts.
So it's not about like forcing your mind to be blank.
No, no, no.
Okay.
It's more about like noticing the thoughts
Yeah.
and like letting them go.
Okay, so just observing them?
Yeah, just observing them without judgment.
Well-
Like creating space in your mind.
So like how you create space on your desk?
Exactly, exactly.
Okay, I like that a lot.
And just like decluttering your desk,
Yeah.
you can start small.
Okay.
Like even just a few minutes of mindfulness each day.
Okay, that seems manageable.
It is.
Okay. Another one that I really wanted to talk about more was limiting social media time.
Oh, yeah.
I think we're all a little addicted.
It's so easy to get sucked in.
Yeah.
It's like a black hole.
Yeah. So what are some practical things that people can do?
Okay, well, they suggest turning off notifications,
Okay.
setting time limits,
Okay.
and just being more intentional about when and why you're using it.
Okay, so like really thinking about
Yeah, like, why are you on Instagram right now?
Yeah.
Are you connecting with people? Are you comparing yourself?
That's a good point.
Like, what are you actually doing?
Yeah.
Is it making you feel good or bad?
Yeah, because sometimes it's fun,
Right.
and sometimes it's like, oh man, everyone's life is so much better than mine.
The comparison trap.
It's so easy to fall into.
It is.
Yeah.
So just be mindful.
Okay, so I think I need to like evaluate my relationship with social media.
I think we all do.
Yeah.
Every now and then, it's good to check in.
Okay, so speaking of things that can be both good and bad,
Okay.
gratitude.
Gratitude, yes.
I always struggle with that one. I feel like it can get really cheesy.
It can if
Yeah.
you let it.
Yeah.
But they talk about making it like a daily practice,
Oh.
not just something you do when things are good,
So even when things are bad.
especially when things are bad.
Okay.
Yeah, like actively looking for things to be grateful for.
What if you're like in a really tough situation though?
There's always something,
Okay.
even if it's small.
Okay, like what?
Like the warmth of the sun, the support of a friend.
Okay.
Just the fact that you woke up this morning.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you know.
It doesn't have to be this big thing.
No, just little things.
Little glimmers.
Little glimmers of hope.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay.
Okay, so now let's talk about
Something fun.
something fun and hard. Exercise.
Exercise, yes.
Okay, so I personally struggle with being consistent
Okay.
with exercise.
Well, they say that the key is finding something you actually enjoy.
Okay, but what if you don't enjoy anything?
There's something out there for everyone.
Okay.
Like, it doesn't have to be the gym.
Okay.
It could be dancing, hiking, swimming.
Okay,
just
yeah.
like going for a walk in nature.
Okay, so just moving your body.
Just moving your body, feeling good.
But what about the motivation?
Motivation, that's a tough one.
Yeah, like even if I find something I like,
Yeah.
I still don't always want to do it.
Well, they say to focus on how you feel during and after.
Oh,
So, like,
really?
while you're working out,
Yeah.
do you feel that energy? Do you feel more focused, more relaxed?
Oh.
Like, tap into that feeling.
So instead of like focusing on losing weight.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Focus on, like, how good it feels.
Okay, I can try that.
Okay.
So speaking of things that make me feel good, reading.
Oh, yes. Reading.
It's like my escape.
Me too.
And I always learn something new.
It's the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
Entertainment and education.
So this source talked about reading being a cognitive enhancer.
Yes. It's like a workout for your brain.
Yeah.
It improves memory focus, critical thinking.
And they said you should read widely.
Yes. All different genres, different authors.
Okay. So like step outside of your comfort zone.
Exactly. Try something new.
Okay. I'm up for the challenge.
Good.
Okay. Another one that I thought was really good was planning your day the night before.
Oh, yes. Planning is key.
So why is it so important?
Well, it helps to reduce decision fatigue.
Okay.
And it gives you a sense of control over your time.
Okay.
So, like, when you wake up, you already have a plan.
You don't feel so overwhelmed.
Exactly. You're not just reacting to whatever comes up.
Okay. They said keep it simple, though.
Keep it simple, just a few key tasks.
It doesn't have to be like set in stone.
No, it's a guide.
A guideline.
Yes, a guideline.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Life happens, you gotta be flexible.
Okay, so speaking of being flexible
Yes.
and dealing with life's curveballs.
Okay.
Meditation or mindfulness?
Ah, yes.
I've heard so much about this.
It's a game changer.
But I still feel intimidated
Okay.
by the idea of like clearing my mind.
Yeah, it's not about clearing your mind.
Okay, what is it about?
It's about noticing your thoughts and feelings without judgment.
Right.
Like just being present in the moment.
Okay, so even if things are crazy,
Especially when things are crazy.
you can still find that stillness.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
It's a practice, though.
They said start with a few minutes each day.
A few minutes is all it takes.
Really?
Yeah, just to start.
Okay.
And then you build up from there.
Okay, so it's like building a muscle.
It is.
Okay, I like that analogy.
Yeah.
Another one that I really wanted to talk more about was learning something new every day.
Oh, yes. Lifelong learning.
It's so important,
It is.
but it's hard to find the time.
Time is always the issue.
Yeah.
But they encourage you to, like, think outside the box. It
Okay.
doesn't have to be this formal thing.
So it could be like,
Like listening to a podcast,
Right.
reading an article, watching a documentary,
Okay.
having a conversation with someone who knows more than you about something.
okay, so it can be fun.
It can be.
It doesn't have to be like school.
No.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay, so another big one that I think is so important
What's that?
is investing in your relationships.
Yes, relationships are everything.
They are,
They really are.
but they can be hard to maintain.
I know.
So how do you do it?
Well, they emphasize the importance of making time
Okay.
for the people who matter most.
Even if it's just a few minutes.
Even if it's just a few minutes, like just call your mom,
Yeah,
send a text to a friend,
just checking in.
just checking in, saying hi.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, just little things can make a big difference.
Little gestures.
Little gestures.
Okay. And then
A big one.
a big scary one.
Okay.
Tracking your finances.
Oh, finances.
Yeah.
Everyone's favorite topic.
No one likes to talk about money.
It can be scary,
It can be.
but it doesn't have to be.
Okay.
They say that it's really just about awareness,
Okay.
understanding where your money is going,
Okay.
so you can make better decisions.
I feel more in control.
Exactly.
They suggest using apps and spreadsheets.
Those are helpful.
But what if you're not like a tech person?
You can use a notebook. Yeah, just pen and paper.
Keep it old school.
Old school, it works.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Another one that I think is so important for everyone's well-being is eating healthier.
Oh, eating healthy, yes.
So much good stuff out there.
It's true.
But how do you make it work in your everyday life?
Well, they say that it doesn't have to be about deprivation
Okay.
or like strict rules.
So what should it be about?
It's about like finding foods that make you feel good,
Okay.
nourishing your body.
Okay. They said to focus on balanced meals.
Yes.
Like fruits, vegetables, lean proteins.
All the good stuff.
But what if you're a picky eater?
That's okay.
Okay.
There are so many options out there.
Okay.
Like you can find recipes.
Okay.
You can join communities. Like there's a way to make it work for you.
So it doesn't have to be boring.
It doesn't have to be boring.
Okay, I like that.
Okay.
So another habit that I think is so important is self-reflection.
Ah, yes, self-reflection.
It's so powerful.
It is.
So why is it so important?
Well, it helps you to understand yourself.
Okay.
Like your thoughts, your feelings, your behaviors.
Okay.
So you can make choices that are aligned with your values and your goals.
So it's about like checking in with yourself.
Yeah, checking in with yourself.
They said set aside some dedicated time.
Yeah, even just like 10 minutes a week. To reflect. To reflect, yeah.
But what if you're not sure what to reflect on?
You can ask yourself questions.
Okay, like what?
Like, what are my strengths?
Okay.
What are my weaknesses?
Okay.
What are my values?
Okay.
What am I grateful for?
Okay.
You know, things like that.
And maybe like write it down.
Yeah, journaling is always helpful
Wow.
for self-reflection.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Another one that I know a lot of people struggle with is saying no.
Saying no, it's so hard.
It is.
Especially for people pleasers.
Yes.
But they say that it's not selfish.
Okay.
It's actually a way to protect yourself,
Okay.
like to set healthy boundaries.
And how do you get better at saying no?
Well, you can practice. Like start with small things
Okay.
and then gradually work your way up.
Okay, so like saying no to like a small favor
Yeah,
and then like a bigger commitment.
exactly.
You don't always have to give a reason.
No, you don't.
Okay.
Just a simple no thank you.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, another one that I think is really relevant in today's world,
What's that?
limiting negativity.
Oh, negativity.
There's so much of it
Everywhere.
everywhere.
Yeah.
It's like on the news, it's on social media.
It's everywhere.
Yeah. So how do you limit it?
Well, they talk about being mindful of what you're consuming.
Okay.
So like the media you're watching, the people you're spending time with.
Okay, so be picky
Be picky.
about what you let in.
Exactly.
But how do you like filter it out?
Okay, well, you can start by limiting your exposure to negative news.
Okay.
Like unfollow those accounts that just make you feel bad.
Yeah.
Spend time with positive people.
Okay.
Yeah, just be mindful of what you're letting into your space.
So it's not about like ignoring the bad stuff.
Yeah.
It's about like also focusing on the good stuff.
Exactly.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
Okay. And then a habit that I think is so important for like personal growth is developing a growth mindset.
Oh, yes. Growth
I think
mindset.
It's so powerful.
So it is.
But how do you actually do it?
Well, they talk about like becoming aware of your self-talk.
Okay.
So like, what are you saying to yourself?
Okay.
Are you constantly putting yourself down?
Yeah.
Or are you like focusing on your limitations?
Yeah.
Try to challenge those thoughts.
Okay.
Replace them with more positive ones.
So instead of saying I'm not good at something,
Yes.
you could say I'm willing to learn.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, it's about like shifting your perspective.
From like fixed abilities to like I can grow.
Yes, you can grow, you can learn, you can improve.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
So another one that I think is super important for everyone is prioritizing sleep.
Sleep.
Yes. I don't get enough.
I don't think anyone gets enough.
It's so hard. Yeah. So they say that you should treat sleep like a non-negotiable.
Yes.
Like it's not a luxury.
It's a necessity.
Okay.
It's like you wouldn't skip an important meeting.
Okay.
Don't skip sleep.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
They also recommend creating a consistent sleep schedule,
Yes. Go to bed and wake up at the same time every day.
even on weekends.
Even on weekends.
Okay.
It helps to regulate your body's natural sleep-wake cycle.
Okay. And they also talked about a relaxing bedtime routine,
Yes.
like taking a bath, reading a book.
listening to calming music.
Yeah.
Just something to like signal to your body
Yeah.
that it's time to wind down.
Okay. And what about like the environment?
Oh, the environment is important.
Yeah.
Make sure it's dark,
Okay.
quiet, and cool.
Okay, I can do that.
Yeah.
Okay. And then finally, celebrating those small wins.
Yes.
So important.
It is.
But sometimes it's hard to remember to do.
I know.
So how do you make it like a habit?
Okay, well, they say to find ways to reward yourself that feel good to you.
Okay. Like what?
Maybe it's like getting your favorite coffee.
Okay.
Maybe it's spending time doing something you love.
Okay.
Maybe it's just like taking a moment to feel proud of yourself.
Okay.
Yeah, like whatever works for you.
Yeah, little moments of celebration.
Little moments.
Okay, I like that.
Okay.
All right, so we've covered a lot of ground in part 2.
We did.
I'm feeling very inspired
Me too.
to implement these habits.
Yes.
And we'll be back soon with part 3, where we're going to wrap everything up
Can't wait.
and leave you guys with some final thoughts and strategies.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. All right, so we're back for the final part of our deep dive,
Part 3.
20 Habits for a Better Life.
Can't believe we made it.
Yeah, it's been a journey.
It has.
We've unpacked so much information
much.
about these habits,
Yeah.
and I'm excited to kind of like tie it all together.
Bring it all home.
Yeah, bring it all home.
Okay.
So what's really striking me is how interconnected all these habits are. It's not just like a random collection of tips.
No.
It's like a whole system.
a framework.
A framework, yeah.
For like a better life.
For a better life.
Yeah.
So as we're reflecting on everything we've talked about,
Yeah.
what are some of the key takeaways that you think our listeners should really hold on to?
I think one of the biggest ones is just like the power of small, consistent actions.
Of
You know, you don't have to do everything at once.
Right.
Just like pick 1 or 2 things and
Yeah.
like do them consistently.
Make them a habit.
Make them a habit. Yeah.
And then it kind of like builds momentum.
It does. It's like a snowball effect.
Yeah. One good habit leads to another.
Exactly.
I like that a lot. Another one that really stood out to me was the importance of being intentional.
Oh, yes. Intentionality is key.
It is.
Like with all the distractions and everything, it's so easy to just get swept up in it all.
Yeah. And just kind of like go through life on autopilot.
Exactly.
But these habits are really encouraging us to like pause and reflect and make conscious choices.
Be present.
Be present in your life.
And a lot of these habits encourage us to be more present and mindful.
Mindfulness is so important,
It is.
especially in today's world.
Yeah.
It helps you to just like calm down.
Yeah.
Like appreciate the little things.
Be more aware.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that. So, as we wrap up this deep dive,
Yes.
is there any like final piece of advice or encouragement that you would offer to our listeners?
I would just say like embrace the journey.
Okay.
You know, personal growth is not a destination.
It's a process.
It's a process.
Yeah.
There are going to be days when you're like killing it.
Yeah.
And there are going to be days when you're like, I don't know what I'm doing.
Totally.
Just be kind to yourself.
Yeah.
Celebrate the wins
And keep going.
and keep going.
Yeah, every step counts.
Every step counts.
I love that. So, just to recap,
Yes.
we've explored 20 habits that can potentially transform your life.
Transform your life.
From like the practical stuff. Yeah, like decluttering.
Decluttering.
Drinking water
Yeah,
to
yeah.
like more mindset stuff.
Yeah, like gratitude.
Gratitude.
Where to mindset.
Yeah.
And we've talked about how all of these habits are interconnected.
Right.
They all work together.
They support each other.
Yeah, to create this like holistic framework for well-being.
It's like a puzzle.
It is.
All the pieces fit together.
And we've emphasized the importance of starting small,
Small steps.
being consistent.
Consistency is key.
Yeah, being intentional
Yes.
and embracing the journey.
Embrace the journey.
So remember, you don't have to implement all 20 habits at once. Pick 1 or 2.
Start small
Start small.
and build from there.
Yeah. And be kind to yourself.
Always be kind to yourself.
All right, so thank you guys so much for joining us on this deep dive.
It's been a pleasure.
I hope you learned something.
Me too.
I hope you're feeling inspired.
Yes.
And we'll see you next time for another deep dive.
Bye, everyone.